Hello. So, to answer the question, should you give Nabard IT? The short answer is yes, obviously. And if you're eligible for both general and IT stream, then which one should you give? I would suggest you to give IT because the cutoff goes lower for prelims in IT compared to general. So, if you see the last year's cutoff, okay, for prelims, general it went 53.5, whereas for computer it went 26.25. So the short answer is choose Nabard IT over general. Also, first let me show the cutoff. So as I said, this was the cutoff, and the cutoff was based on these three sections only. Out of 100, this was the cutoff. And for general, out of 100, 53.5. Okay. These sections are qualifying in nature. You just have to clear the cutoff in order for your paper to be evaluated in these three sections, and then you can qualify the prelims. Okay. So I'll show the pattern that is being followed. So in prelims, what happens is, so yeah, see, mm, there's a composite time of 120 minutes, okay, and there's no sectional time, but there is sectional cutoff, and these three are the merit sections. These three sections will decide if you are going to qualify prelims or not, and these five sections, they are you have to clear the yeah, sectional cutoff in these five sections. So I would suggest that you start with these three, then complete these three sections, and then you can start and finish these five sections. Minutes, general awareness section, you should be very well versed with the general news, the daily news that is taking place, and for like you have to prepare about 3 to 4 months of general news, general awareness for uh, getting good marks in this section. Okay. In social issues, focus on rural India. This means that it will comprise of schemes like Har Ghar Jal Yojana or um, uh, Awas Yojana, all those kind of schemes, and the sub schemes that are included in them. You can look at the previous year papers for more information on the type of questions that are being asked. And agriculture and rural development also, these are similar. ESI and ARD sections are similar, but with agricultural and rural development, the focus is more on agriculture and schemes like Kisan Vikas Yojana, Matsya Sampada Yojana, all of that. So coming to the time that you should allot for these three sections is, I would say, it's sufficient to give 45 minutes combined, and then 1 hour 15 minutes for the rest of the sections. So you can divide it according to your requirements. For example, so since this has 20 questions, so you can give 7 to 10 minutes maybe. Then for 40 questions, you'll need a little more time. So 20 minutes, 20, 25, 30 minutes, and for ARD also 20, 25, 30 minutes according to your um like if you know all the questions and you can answer them quickly, then for sure you'll take less time, and then you can devote the rest of the time to these five sections. But it is advisable to give maximum time to these three sections, since these three sections would be what would get you through the prelims phase. Okay. So you can take mocks for meta analysis and how much time you should devote to the particular section. So the next is my scorecard of prelims. So this was my prelim scorecard. I scored 12 out of 20 in reasoning, then 21.75 in English, 9.5 in computer, 13 in quant, and 4.5 in decision making. Decision making was a little hard. Um, See, I wasn't really prepared for Nabard IT because I wasn't sure that I would be able to qualify even prelims. That's why I I was prepared with these two sections only. If I was confident about any section, I was confident about these two, since these three were the main merit. I mean, the main sections which would count in the merit. So I got 8 out of 20 in general awareness, 14.25 in economic and social reforms, and 18 in ARD section. So for general awareness, I was following 3 4 months, so I got well above cutoff. And for ESI, I prepared some of the main schemes like प्रधानमंत्री किसान विकास योजना, कृषि सिंचाई योजना, मत्स्य संपादन योजना, some of those schemes. And for ARD section, same schemes and all, and plus some animal related questions were also asked, like this uh, this is the breed, which of what species this breed is from, that you have to prepare. And I scored 40.25. I See, when I qualified prelims, we were not given marks after a week or so. We were given prelims and mains mark after the completion of the whole process and selection of the final candidates. Right. So when I qualified prelims, I thought that I qualified with a very small margin, and I was very surprised when I qualified it, to be very honest. But I qualified with a very good margin in my opinion, since the cutoff is 26.25 and I scored 40.25. Okay, so as I said, focus on these three sections, devote more time to them, and then these five sections, and do after completion and after you're sure of these three sections. Okay, so coming to mains, for mains, I'll show the cutoff. It was 102.58 for UR, and for and I scored 6.58. So I missed by 6 marks. So if I had gotten 6 more marks, I would have qualified and I would have. And I think I would have. It's just wishful thinking, but yeah, let's focus on what mistakes I did. So for English, I could have scored more. This is English section, this is objective section, and this is descriptive section. So for English descriptive, there was one essay and I think one letter. You will be able to know what comes over here. See, for descriptive, there are three questions for 100 marks and 90 minutes duration. The three questions were, I think, two were essay and one was letter. I think, I'm not sure. Uh, we can see. I think we'll be able to see it here. Yeah, essay, precise writing comprehension. So you can see the past year people will be able to see, but I think it was essay, precise, and comprehension. Maybe then reading comprehension. So I messed up in essay, I think, because and there was this last 10 minutes left. I was thinking of changing my whole essay, but I did not. So I might have lost really precious marks there. And then in this is the objective section, and so for objective, what happens is like in grade B mains, RBI grade B, there are passage based questions, right? So in computer objective section, there were, for example, there was a paragraph based on Java, and then some questions were asked on Java, and then Python, and some on operating systems. So there was this scheduling question that I remember. I don't remember the exact question, but we had to calculate the scheduling time or something. And then descriptive section. So for descriptive, here is the syllabus for IT. So there's a list of topics that can come. It's not exhaustive, so many more topics. The questions can be asked from topics outside of this syllabus also. And so the topic, so the pattern of descriptive IT is as such: three questions of 10 marks and three questions of 15 marks, out of which you have to attempt two 10 marks questions and two 15 marks questions. So 2 into 10 20 and 2 into 15 30. So total 50 marks. Okay. So in descriptive, there was a question from this topic and from big data. So one question was like, what are the types of machine learning? So supervised, unsupervised reinforcement, all of that, and then um, so predictive learning, all of those you can elaborate. So I think this was a 15 marks, and this was also 15 marks. What is big data? So the 5 V's: velocity, veracity. You can write all of that. You can explain it in detail. And then I think one question was of database management. but I'm not sure. I have forgotten the questions. And one was from Python array. What is array in Python? Like that it was asked. And one question was from software engineering, CRM or something like that. I've forgotten. Mm, and yeah, I think one, two, three, four, five. So one more question. I don't remember, but something was there from this only. And from objective, as I said, for objective, mainly was this section and DBM, sorry, scheduling operating systems. This I remember. Rest I don't remember. But if you want, I will try and compile the questions for you guys. If you want.